Hey, it's Dan the Mortgage Man, and I wanted to shoot a quick video on why you need to hire a realtor, right? Because if you do a contract like this one, you're going to have problems. Stick around. Alright, so you've heard me harp on this before. I've talked about why it's important to have a realtor represent you as part of a property transaction. And one of the reasons why I recommend that is because sometimes I run into, I shouldn't say sometimes, I run into this way too often, is I run into contracts like this one where there's key important information that's left blank. Now, there's risk to you as a buyer. There's also risk to you as a seller when key components of a contract are left blank. Why is that information left blank? It's left blank because neither of the parties knows what they're doing. That's why it's left blank. So as a seller of a property, you take significant risk when you leave key components of a transaction blank, and as a buyer, you take those same risks because it's open to like this interpretation. Nobody really knows what the deal is because none of you know what you're doing, right? So, and please note, like, I'm not trying to insult, clients or, folks who want to sell their own home or anything like that. It's just, when you're doing a transaction of this magnitude, you really need to have somebody who knows what you're doing to represent you. You can have a realtor represent you as a transaction coordinator who can kind of put all the paperwork together and guide you through this transaction. Better yet, have them represent you as a listing agent when you go to list that property because who knows, maybe you sold the house too cheap. But please don't do stuff like this. A blank contract is bad for everybody, especially me, the mortgage banker, right? As a mortgage guy, I don't know what the terms of your deal are because you don't know what they are either, right? So do yourself a favor, hire a good, competent realtor. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to find a good realtor? Send me a message. I'll hook you up with a good realtor. I work with a ton of them. Been doing this since 1991. I know a ton of good realtors. Have a lot of connections actually throughout the country. Shoot me a message if I can help you out. Thanks again.